take you guys off also. Apparently that also affects those guys. I've got an army now. Hello everyone, this is Fallen Dice and welcome to episode 75 of our Rebirth playthrough of 7 Days to Die, The Purge. Lots of updates, but also lots of problems. So first updates, you can see I got the plates everywhere. I've got the blocks for the pillars up. I like the thickness of the pillars. I think it'll look cool. I don't need to go skinny except for like right here. Although maybe I'll do some corners or some... There's some things I could do. I could actually try to maybe make it a round pillar going up, still being a 4x4. We'll see when we get to that point. Over here, I fixed the issue we had. So by putting the hatch out in front, I can open it up to block the area, and then when I close it, I can still have access to my wiring. Problem, though, is I think over here, and I don't know if it's specifically the hatch, if it's these extra blocks down here, whichever it is, they're not firing for the entirety of this length. So what I need to do is I need to go down here. Actually, I really should just turn everything off. I'm asking for trouble if I go down while things are powered. Another issue is the dogs. Even though they are my pets and they should be considered as allies by the game, are being seen as strangers. Which means when they go through, they set off all my alarms. So I initially tried to turn that off. The problem is, though, that dogs and bears are also in that same boat. So I either have to not be unable to have the system target dogs and bears, which is a complete non-starter, or I just have to be willing to let it happen. Now I can, if I go over here, how much does this affect things now? I just need to be able to reach you. Well, actually, see, that's the problem. I think that it's affecting its vision over there, so I'm going to try and take this all the way down. What I could do is, at least for one of these, I could copy the shape and instead put it in front of it. Nope, see, I can't. That's where that block is. So it's just going to have to be that way. If they get damaged, I don't know. See, that's my thing, is hopefully that's going to prevent them from getting there, because there's a lot. It seems like there's a really big blind spot when I've got zombies or mobs coming through, and that's what I'm trying to fix right here. Initially, I thought maybe it was the hatch blocking this from seeing them, but I think it's kind of a combination of both. So there's just not really much I can do about that. You still seem to be fine over here. I do need to change the direction that that's pointed and have it pointed more towards here. Again, these are all things that I kind of... As I get more data, I will test more. But again, like I said, this is something I know for sure was an issue. And I'm pretty sure that I am going to destroy all of these 4 access points above the cameras, because of how thick they are, and I think that is kind of blocking the camera some when I was looking through it. And since I don't think I'm going to have issues with things being up top, I'll get away with like just the regular metal one, not the vault, but just a straight metal one, because it's thinner, and we'll try it out. We'll test things out. I also need to put ammo. I need to put a lot of ammo in here, and I know I don't have all the ammo, so I think what's going to happen now, let's run over and grab this, is I need to go on a massive mining run. Like, massive, because I also need
enemies. Prepare for conflict.
2 things. One, I'm not going to forget this time. Let's do this right off the bat. So let's get a loot gathering kit. I need a ton, and I mean a ton, of iron darts. That's close to half my iron without taking all of my iron, so I think I'm okay with that. Again, I need a lot of darts. Let's grab all of the ammo I could use, and all I can use is, unfortunately, the regular 9mm. and the regular shotgun. The thing is I can't even trade the other stuff, so I'm kind of stuck with what I have. Okay. Let's get this stuff all filled up. I'd rather do this while it's not powered so I don't accidentally get squashed. So I have 3 sets of dart traps right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with what I have, just so I can make sure they're all functioning, and then as I get more ammo, I'm going to come back and fill them up completely. That's not the dream, that's the goal. I want to be able to fill these all up 100%. Okay, dart traps are done and locked. Shotgun. So let's see, I've got 4 sets of these. Well, 3 sets plus. Oh boy. I'm gonna put a few in this one that's up here. One of these is an actual shotgun. That's, I think, this one. Yeah, there we go. So I'll put the small amount up there just because it only has a certain reach. Okay. This I know for a fact is. Hold on, I need to get my numbers. I'm just terrified of getting attacked while I'm in here. 4 sets. One of which is going to be a little bit weaker. So that's what I'll do is this. And then I'm going to keep narrowing this down because, again, one of them doesn't need it at all. Alright, we'll just stick them all there. Alright, so. Actually, no, you're the one that is the small one. So you get the 1,000 and then that's it. Okay. And then I'm just got to hope that we're going to get attacked while we're up here doing some work. We can test it. Okay, are both these locked? Normally I won't be, no, they aren't. I won't be doing it from down here. But I did need to, like I said, do some work on this. And I'm really hoping I don't come to regret this. I'm hoping they don't, just because the one thing that I cannot make more of is SMG traps. And I don't know why I have you on that. Don't break things you can't fix, man. Okay. And the reason why these are so important is we have a lot of stuff that is going to be immune to shock, unfortunately. So I need to make sure that I have enough other traps that don't require shocking them as they go through the system. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Okay, and then you guys. And after I get all the ammo in here and turn everything back on, I'm going to come down and play with the aim of some of these things. I also have to fix this too. All right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hold off on fixing the aim of stuff. I can do that later. Right now, I've got everything turned on. We'll see how things work the way they are. I do want to fix this, though. All right, so unfortunately, I kind of messed up. I broke my own rule. Okay, well, our first test. And that was dogs. So now I know that the dogs... Okay, good. This works. This does work. Okay, so I messed up. I never plan with concrete, because now I'm going to lose a whole bunch of concrete here because I put this on a layer I don't want. So now I have to destroy it. And the reason I'm doing this now is because that's what I want to do this morning. I want to go through and I want to get this wraparound done. And then I don't think I'm going to get to the pillars today. I think just what I'm doing right here is going to take me a minute. What do we got going? Oh, we got a zombie bear. And I am not seeing the issues I was seeing before. He's getting pummeled all the way. Okay, that did fix that. Okay, good. That makes me really, really, really happy, because that was where I was struggling. The zombie bears specifically would come in, and you get to a certain area in there, and they would just stop shooting at him. It's like they couldn't see him, and it was these blocks in the way. So it looks like that will fix that. Now I just have to worry about explosions. So So if a seeker gets underneath all the way to the end over there where they are, that's making me nervous. Except, again, it doesn't matter what the block is. So I could put like a little itty bitty thing in the corner on both of those, and that would actually take up that block. I think these are actually taking up the block in front. It may be actually safe. Sometimes 7 days glitches are actually in your favor. Now that I've got that taken care of, I'm going to go around and I'm going to get this stuff put up. That's, again, my big goal. I want to get my walkthrough taken care of. Let me change where you are. I want to be able to walk around like I talked about. I want to be able to use my catwalk. So that's right now is very like one of the last things I need to do for this base level. That and ammo, and then once I'm done with that, I can basically, I'm free to build up my pillars, and we can actually start on our living areas. Okay, I got our base layer of the cage up, so at least the floor. So again, now we can run around and we can shoot down at things if they come on the edges. While I still got some time, I'm going to use what's left of my steel cubes. So again, we talked about these. So at least 3 high, especially outside or close to the entrances to our gauntlet. I want those like that. So that's what it was, like a 4x4. So we got, do the same thing over here. When we get to the sides, I'm not going to be as concerned because I don't know that they're going to really, so well, let's hold off on that. Let me get at least the fronts. I want those for absolute sure taken care of. Oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll do it that way. I don't know why I thought, yeah, it happened before when I did on face. I wanted to put them on the ground. Oh yeah, you're in the wrong spot. Okay, there we go. Forgot about that. I got to move that ladder over. So I'm giving myself access on both the front and the back. There you go. So I can jump up. It's going to be at a height that the zombies can't reach. Okay, same as over there. We actually had done some work over here. Okay, so our entrances are good. Now what I would like to do is, how many blocks do I have left? Yeah, like what, 70 something? Divided by 4. I mean, we're looking at what, 16? 15? Let's do 15. We'll start with 15. Keep it at simple. So here, so, or 9. We'll start with 9. 12. Just to keep the same symmetry as far as and these points, because again, you got to remember the seekers are fairly tall, and my expectation is that the most danger I'm ever going to be in is when they're coming over towards this area. I don't know if they're going to try to come along the sides. I will get concrete up to those points. Again, this entire area will be filled with these blocks. The entire exterior will be filled with these blocks. So that's going to allow me a whole nother layer. Like basically some places it'll make it 3 thick, but in this area where I have only 1 block, it at least gives me my second block. All right, that leaves me with 23. So I think I can do this. So it'll be 4x4. And that's one of the reasons why I have to do them. I want to go mining tonight, is I want to get a ton of cobble because, no. It takes 20 steel to make one of these plates. So I don't want to make these. These I got free. They came in one of those reward boxes. Same thing, 20 concrete to make a concrete block, and I don't want to do that either. So I'd rather upgrade. So what I'd much rather do is to go mining, get a ton of stone, convert that into cobble, which is fairly cheap, and then upgrade to steel, because I have plenty of steel. I just don't want to use it to there. So again, everything on the outside is either going to be explosive-proof concrete or steel. Okay. And when I put that extra block up there, that will then, this outside layer is actually going to be all the way down to bedrock. So again, it will extend my stability. Okay. See, all I have left now is 6 of those. I've got, what, 36 concrete and like 112 cobble. We can do that. Let's do that real fast. So what I wanted to do was what I have as options for this. If I wanted to do like a round. Okay. Actually, let's do this first. let's be smart. Let's be smart. So the first thing I would need, where did it go? I was just looking at them. There we go. So if I were to do this, okay, because we go to there, there, oops, and there, then 3M. Does that limit or narrow down what I see? Okay, there we go. So, and then I can do this. Okay. I don't know about you, but I think it would look cool having round pillars go up. Okay, I'm already sold. This area, we're going to put in our triangles. Get rid of the 3M, go to triangle, go. Do we have the ability to flip it? We do. Okay, you'll go there. You'll go there. All right. And then afterwards we'll build up, but that's cool. And then it's going to be straight blocks across the top. So, all right, 1435. I think we did some really good progress here. Can't wait to not have to go over to this roof to drop stuff off. So let's put away all my blocks. I am going to keep that because I am going to bring the auger. I'm going to try to use the auger. I usually don't for mining, but after I saw what it did in the last episode inside the house, I'm like, yeah, I just took all my fuel again. Yeah, I have to give it a shot. Let's head back. So what I want to do is I want to find a spot. I've looked everywhere on the map, and I've not been able to find anything uncovered. So we're just going to do the old center on the map here. Yeah, there we go. And what I'm going to do is the plus sign. So we're going to keep going down so I can actually put in wood blocks and give ourselves a really nice, easy to access, easy to use stairway going down. I've also discovered that with all this mining and everything I'm doing, I can now single block hit everything. All the ores, dirt, sand, everything. So I no longer, I can pretty much get rid of that shovel if I wanted to. Yeah, so far just don't get in my way, and we'll be fine. So I really don't need the shovel much anymore, especially now that I have the auger, because the auger would do what the shovel would have been used for. So I'm probably going to stop carrying that. But I want to go down about 20 blocks. I want to really get deep down underground. I want to make it so that the zombies don't automatically detect me or hear me. So I'm hoping if I go down deep enough and I crouch that'll take care of that issue. Okay, so at the top we're at 36, so I need to go down to basically 26:16. I think I might stop at 20. What I don't want to do is I don't want to go too low to where yeah, I think we're good there. I don't want to go too low because if you go too low, then you lose out on a lot of the ore. I have got two options, so I don't want to dig south into those because they're decided there, and I don't want to go
Incoming
across
enemies.
here.
Prepare
So
for
either
conflict.
north or west, and I think we're way high north, so I'm gonna go west. I call it a gut feeling. I don't know, but we're gonna try west. I'll probably go a few hundred blocks. If I don't see anything by then we might have to switch it up and then try out some other directions. All right, so I'm gonna go like a couple blocks this way, and then I'm just gonna start heading north. Hoping that at some point somewhere we run into something. Droney, come on, please. There we go. All right. So anyways, at this point, I'm going to keep recording in case something catastrophic happens, but otherwise you will see me in about 24 hours when we're ready to call it, and then come back and then go do some purging on day 95. So wish me luck, and I will see you guys shortly. Okay, there we go. We found our first. Let's see what we got. So far, I've got iron. Ooh. That was not a lot. Thought I saw, for a second, I thought I saw lead. I got really excited. Okay, and that's as far as it goes this way. A lot of times they're connected nodes, which is what I'm trying to find. I'm hoping that I go in one direction or the other. It's already out. Okay. Yep. Nope. It's, if we need iron, I know where to look, but that was not one of that. That's not the kind of node I'm looking for. This auger is making this ridiculously easy. I've never actually, I've never had it this easy before. So I think he must have some tweaks, because this does not feel like the vanilla auger. Like, it's just chewing. And then again, it might just be with all the benefits I have, because it does fall. Oh, we found it. I was gonna say the auger does fall under our. It's a specific kind of tool, so I'm probably getting all the extra bonuses I got as if I was using a pick. Okay. So we've got some lead and a little bit of iron. The next question is, how far does it go and does it turn into anything else? So let's try the same thing as we did before. So we're just going to start going off in a direction. See how far it goes, see if anything else pops up. Okay, nothing that way. I'm probably going to stick with this for at least a little bit anyway, just because it is lead and I need lead. Lead is something, and it seems like it's a decent chunk of lead. Alright, because I've got two things here, I'm going to give this one a try. So I'm going to flip or switch over to my pick, because what I want to do is I want to follow this around and see if there's if anything else connects to it. So I'm just going to follow the edge of the node and see if we can find anything else. There we go. We have coal. So I've now found 3 of what we need. Like I said, I've got about 20 hours of game time left to go mine here. So I think we may be okay. I just need nitrate. I don't think I have a ton of nitrate right now. So we might have to go find a separate mine for nitrate. It looks like we're good with iron. Looks like we're good with coal. And it looks like we might be good with nitrate. How far away are we from the base? That's not very far. I don't want to dig underneath it, which is what makes me happy. So we came here, and this is how far we've gone outside. So this is a very good node. Cool. I'm going to keep digging here. I will come back once I've completely opened this up and we see exactly what we have to work with. And then once I have it opened up, I'm going to just go to town with the auger. And we're going to get as much resources as we possibly can. Because again, my goal is to fully fill all the turrets. Okay, it is 12, and I could do some more, but I think that we've actually made some really good progress in here. I've gone down a few layers. So again, this is where we came in. That just runs straight into there. So this turned into a fantastic mine. So you can see we got a decent chunk of nitrate, and it continues to creep towards the wall. So I've been kind of, in some places, expanding as I go. Lots of iron in different pockets. Huge amount of coal over here. And then you can see where our lead was here. And we also had some over here. So again, and because I wanted so much like stone for cobblestone and things, I just kind of, it's easier to mine when you straighten things out, but you can kind of see as it starts to expand, I keep ever further going over, and eventually soon I'd have to put in some more pillars. But that's it for today. I think we've done pretty good. Let's see if we pop this open. 40,000 coal. 5 stacks of iron. 5 stacks of stone. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think we're pretty good. Actually, how much lead did we get? A full stack. Okay. So, I'm happy. If I ever need iron, I could. But that, compared to what we had over there, nothing. So, I am beyond excited. Alright, so I'm going to head back to base. Again, it's early, so we can actually get some decent purging done. But I want to get this stuff crafting. Things that I absolutely need to get going. Can't make any more of this stuff, so I'll leave you there. But we do one here, one there. The other thing I want to do is I'm going to do another 7,500 of each of these. I don't know how much I need to be able to fully stock all of my dart traps, but I think this is getting close. Okay. So I could make 4,700 before I run out of brass. Wow, it's been a long time since brass was an issue. Alright, let's do 4,500. I think I can still do a ton of shotgun. And I can do 2,300 before I run out of clay soil. Alright, so let's make 2,000. That should decently fill my stuff up, and then we'll see where I'm at if I need more stuff. Okay. I also need robotic turrets. And I could make 2,700 before I run out of lead. Let's just make 2,000. So nice to be able to just bulk craft all this stuff.
Incoming enemies.
Let's see
Prepare
which
for
of these things I
conflict.
can fit in. Who are you guys? Are you guys a wandering? Sounds like it, but I don't see where they are. Yep. All right. Let's go up here. Let's let the base do its job. You guys need to go up here. You're on halt. See how well this works. Okay. It definitely seems to not have issues of not shooting, which we have earlier. So the ultimate is going to see how many actually can get here. Okay, we got a zombie bear. He's dead. Okay, okay. This seems promising. And they're already dead. Did I bring it? Dang it. I'm getting the loot. I'm getting the loot thing. I'm not going to let it go as long as I did the last time. Okay, pop you up. And I'm going to have to make a access for it. Okay, good. We're good there. So we'll have to make an access spot for it. But now it should be able to grab our stuff. Here's what I wanted to check out. Okay, so right now magazine is 91. That put it to 183. Oh, that's fantastic. And I can do that to actually increase the damage. This one, I don't have another drum magazine, but I can put this in. But I need to look at mods now, because I can actually update or upgrade these things to do a lot more damage. But yeah, I think we're good to go and do some purging. And tomorrow, well, tonight and tomorrow, so tonight when we get back, I'm going to work on the pillars. And then the platform for our living area. And then tomorrow we'll actually start making our living area and decide how we're going to lay that out. I think we're going to take the helicopter today. I think we've gotten to the point where I can use the extra mobility and I can start parking it up there. Let's see. Page down. Ooh, it did. It put one down.
We are not alone.
And I still have all the other ones, so that's in addition to one that I can put down. Yeah, he's a lot bigger. Oh, I need to load them. I forget when you put things in. Now, how often can I do that? So, still on cooldown. So, I'm going to have to see what that cooldown is, because it's not going to be... I'm not going to be able to use it for a lot of... Basically for every fight, it looks like. I hope it's not as bad as the...
How may I
I
assist you?
don't want you. As my... military friends? Mercenaries. Yeah, I hope it's not as slow as the mercenaries. But we'll see. Okay, 1 tier 0 down. Okay, I don't know who you are. Okay, alright, let's hit up this passing gas. Looks like we have another tier 0 here. I should probably grab my turret. So that one's gone now. Is it available again yet? Still on cooldown. Okay, no. I'm not sure what how long this cooldown's going to be. Let's put you here. Alright, come over here and fight me. There you go. One of you. Cool. Alright, two of them done. And what do we get? We actually activated an airdrop. Okay, alright. That's right. I was only like a handful of zombies. Okay, never mind. I'm telling you, I get excited every time I see purple, and it's almost always disappointing. Okay, let me swap you out to you. Well, that was a V8 engine, not a small engine. I do still need to be on the lookout for one more generator. So I didn't grab the one from yesterday. I've got it. I'm currently kind of working with just the 4, but I would like to actually fully kit myself out. Let's get the turret ready. Put him down to protect the drop, and let's see what we get. Okay, well, sure, are they part of that POI? Doesn't appear that I have anything after me right now. Someone's coming towards me. Come on, 5 more seconds. Alright, what do we get? Range damage tier 3. I don't know that I have a range damage yet. That's cool. Alright. Let's go and pick you up. Alright, what's our next? Okay, let's hit over here. Let's get the ones on the other side of the road that we from here. I want to get this. Okay, we got a horde. Okay, and I was able to pay. So it wasn't 20 minutes. It's not. Oh, it's way faster. Ooh. Okay. That was all right. Since we're right here, let's grab whatever's over here while the turret's still up. That should be everything here. Let's get back in range of our new one. Oh, he's already gone. Never mind. Had me excited for a sec, but... So he doesn't last very long, it would appear. We still have our normal one, and... Hopefully... I mean, I should get credit for the kills on there. I don't know if it's going to raise my turret's abilities or not. We'll find out. Right now, with just one, he can only target one thing at a time. That other one was super fast. I was liking that. We still have a dog. I don't know if the dog is part of this or not. There we go. Okay, another POI done. We are making some really good, really fast. Then there's my generator. Cool. All right, that's it. We got all the generators we need now. I will still, if I find more, I'm going to look for them because it isn't going to hurt to have extras. I think this is a tier 0, actually, to be honest.
My senses have
Yep. I don't remember it happens very many, so it might just be this one. Yep, it was just the one. Okay, and the doggy set off a mine. I'm going to drop the turret right here at the door. Actually, no, let's put it inside. Oh, okay, I am actually going to wrench this because this is repairable, which means we're going to get good stuff out of it. Alright. I'm going to work on the top. I don't want him exploding. Come back over here. Stay in range of Tommy. Oh, there we go. Alright, pick him up. Another one done. Let's grab the I don't need a bicycle tire. Okay, and now we've got here. Alright, looks like you have a lot of different areas. Let's start with the outside, see if they have anybody hiding in the field. Sometimes POIs will do that. Keep it in these.
I've got a bad
Yep.
feeling about
Speaking
this.
of, there we go, right off the bat. Okay, I'm not gonna drop Tommy for a single zombie. I was gonna say what I want to do is I want to set this up because I'm gonna have zombies coming from both the farmhouse and the barn. So let's get them both set up here. All right, and I'm gonna run around the outside first, gather anything that we have in the exteriors. I'll come back for that. See if we have any sneaky ones hiding again. Yep, just like this. Get you killed. And anybody in here? Nope. Can we get out? Okay, good. And then anybody in this field? Nope. Okay. So now we can start going through the
Incoming
POIs.
enemies. Prepare for conflict.
Oh, I said that, but apparently they were. But okay. Again, these onesie-twosies, I find that I waste more time waiting for them to get to where they can get taken out by the turret. So I'd rather just kind of run through. Go, get you guys. Let's come up here. See if I can't aggro the entire barn. Okay, yep, we got you there. Anybody over here? Alright, now I just need to find a way. Yep, you came up there. Anybody up here? Oh, we got a pigeon. Okay, good. Grab this. Okay, we should be good to go. Now let's see. I don't know if this is going to be... Well, I know it's dangerous, but let's run through at least the bottom floor here. I'd like to funnel as much as I possibly can in this very first... Alright, yep, let's get everybody over here. Alright, dogs, come over here. There we go. Nice, okay, and then... Fight. Well, it sounds like they're like shooting really fast because there are about two of them. Where are we at? I think we're over halfway. Okay. Yeah, that does not do well for those. Okay, was that everybody on the first floor? I think so. All right, let's head upstairs.
My senses have picked up something.
I'm sure they have. Okay, that's there. That's got a ladder, so let's do this first. Yep, let's go through the wall. Yep, we're moving quick. I'm getting better at aggroing and then getting out by finding the ways to actually quickly get out. Here, get down the stairs. Okay, and then let's go back around to the front. I almost feel like on this one I am kind of wasting time. It's been a whole lot of running around, but we'll see how this works. It says 5 areas, 8+ zombies. It's just probably ish about what we aggroed. Where are they? Are they stuck on the stairs? That part's annoying. Okay, there we go. Come on, guys. Over here. I'm gonna drop my new one right here. I gotta get used to that one too. Dropping my turret and then dropping that one as well. I can't wait to level up and have it actually drop more than one turret. That's gonna be cool. Okay, and then all we have is 2 zombies left. They are downstairs, so that must be that pathway down we saw back here.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Yep, I'm just gonna kill them in here so we can be done. And then we just gotta leave. Okay, that was it. Alright, fancy. Alright, so we're done here, right? Okay, that's the next one. It is what time? Shoot, 2048. As much as I would like to do a tier 4, and I think that is a tier 4, I don't think that I have the time to do the tier 4. So let's see what else is over that direction. Are either these a 2 or a 3? Because if they are, I'm okay with that. This is a 3. What are you? Also a 3. Alright, let's do the house first. Okay. So we'll go through here. Drop down. Wake you up. Okay, that's an outside exit. Is there something to hit? No, it was just... I didn't know if that was like some kind of left thing or not. Okay, I can still run through here. Okay, wake you up. Better at getting out of these situations. Is that you? Oh, and we got a Death Whisperer too. Okay, so let's
Prepare for conflict.
let's come over here. Let's get ready. Drop you. Drop you. Alright. And let's take you guys off all. Apparently that also affects those guys. I've got an army now. That's what I call power. Wow. that was a joke. What did I get? A dismembered tier 5. Okay. Alright, that was fun. Okay, let's see what we have left to do. I think I got upstairs. But let's verify everything. Make sure. I know there was a safe in here that I'm going to have to hit up. I'm just making sure there's nobody. So let's do that right now. Nothing really there. And I'm looking mostly for bookshelves. There we go. And these guys are still following me. Alright, we didn't do much downstairs. Yep, because as soon as I heard the death whisper, I was like, nope, we need to get out.
My senses have picked
Downstairs,
up something.
downstairs. Oh, and we got you. We got a garage. At this point, I'm just trying to finish up. It's the end of the day. I need to get back home so I can do some more work on the base tonight. So I'm just really trying to blast through here. Oh, there you are. There's definitely a few of them left. It is a tier 3. I always forget. I've been doing a ton of tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 0, so I guess it makes sense. I think came from downstairs, maybe? So I think we're almost done. My guess is that the loot room is probably downstairs. Grab our loot. Okay, anything good? Nope. 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 Damn. Alright. Okay, let's find out where these last guys we gotta hit up, and then we'll head home so I can have some building for the night.
I've got a bad feeling about
we are.
this.
Here you. Are you the last one? You are. Cool. We're done. That was pretty good. We're up to 11.7. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, we made it home. Decent loot here. Go ahead and put everything we can away. We had some phenomenal progress. Getting a ton of ammunition crafted. Really making progress on here. So if I'm going to take all the cobblestone that I've gotten so far, and I'm going to put it immediately into these guys to make where am I? What's it there? Cobblestone blocks. Cool. Grab all of you guys. Yeah, we got a ton of stuff. So yeah, so I'm gonna be working on getting the cobblestone blocks, put up the rest of the plates on the outside of the wall, and then start try to get the pillars built up to the height of 4 high so I can put the floor in, and then tomorrow we can actually start working, or the next episode we'll start working on our living area. So yeah, awesome episode, awesome progress. Couldn't be more excited. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like. If you have not already subscribed, I would very much appreciate if you consider hitting that as well. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.